Peace, what it is. Merry Christmas to the Moors. Today is January 8th. It's the Prophet's birthday. All praise to the Prophet Nobel Ali. And traditionally for us, we have to celebrate it as Christmas. Celebrate his birthday as Christmas. Is the day of the birth of our Prophet as a people. You know, and a prophet, people get misconstrued when you say prophet, and they think that, you know, you mean like angel that floated down from heaven and, you know, is infallible and etc. And that's not exactly what a prophet is. A prophet is just a person who brings the truth to a people, essentially. You know, there are many prophets throughout history. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's why if you get the book 16 Crucified Saviors, you'll find many different stories about different people that all fit the same motif as the story of Jesus, because essentially that story in itself is astrological. All right, that's the story of the sun. Everyone in metaphysics knows this, but what people tend to throw away once they learn the metaphysics of it, is that it's as above, so below. Therefore, what goes on in the stars goes on out here in the public. People are sacrificed every day for various reasons. There are prophets in everything. You understand what I'm saying? Like the whistleblower of a big corporation, the person who came out and told the truth about the corporation, how it was screwing over the rest of the employees, etc., etc. That is a prophet of that. You understand what I'm saying? Of that arena. All right. So when I say Prophet Nobel Ali, I don't believe that some angel guy came down here from heaven. You know, he floated down here, and then, you know, later on he ascended back up to heaven, you know, in perfect human form. That's not what I mean. I mean that he was the person who was to bring out the truth of that time. There's always a person to bring out the truth at a certain time, because people. But see, and this is the whole point of understanding history, and understanding history from your own perspective versus what they tell you. History, archaeology, modern science, everything points to a digression in history, not an evolution, a de-evolution. Everything does. But the scientists will tell you that we evolved to where we are now. Modern science does. You see what I'm saying? And that's a fallacy. It's just a misconception, a big misconception of the world, and it affects your core value. That's why flat Earth is so important. Like, your core value is that you are a human being who evolved from a monkey out of sheer coincidence, and that right now the civilization is, you know, taking everything from the earth and not really giving much back. But we surviving and we evolving, and this is how it is. That is a lie, family. That is a lie. We have de-evolved to where we are now. The civilizations prior to us were much more evolved than we are, much more advanced than we are. You understand what I'm saying? And over time, people lose the original thing, the original archetype of a thing. You understand? It's just like anything. When you first do something, easiest one to use, when you first have sex, the first time, you know, it's like amazing. You want to have it again, do it again, have it again, do it again. Same. And once you do it so many times, and it's nothing else attached to it other than just the physical action, it gets old. You see, and that's when people turn into, you know, get on that kinky stuff where they, you know, they go out left field, because it's no emotion involved into it, because it's, you know, it's just the physical action over and over again. A physical action repeated over and over again over time will lose the amount of effectiveness that it once had. This is anything in life right now. This happens right now. This is entropy. This is the second law of thermodynamics. Entropy, everything dies. You know what I'm saying? Energy is never being created. In the Bible, God said it rested on the seventh day. Rested means creation was finished, meaning it is no longer creating. Evolution suggests that we are always constantly creating. You see, we are new beings. If we came from the monkey, we are new beings. We are created. We are not a lesser being than the monkey. We are a greater being. Therefore, we had to advance to this. But nothing in science shows an advancement. Everything shows a deterioration. All right? So, back to what I'm saying. A prophet comes along to bring back the original principles once people get lost into the day and age that they are in. And that's all. And that's, I ain't gonna say that's all, but that's what Prophet Nobel Jew Ali was. He was someone that brought the truth. And after him, more came along. Just like they said, when Jesus died, 100 saints rose. Ain't that what happened? after the prophet got murdered, right? Then what popped up? All kinds of black nationalist groups, Nation of Islam, 5% Nation, blah 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 blah. I mean, some of it was already there in NAACP and the Garvey movement. But you understand what I'm saying, though? You see, Islam in general related to us as a people over here came about from Noble Drew Ali, period. So the Nation of Islam and everything that sparked off from that comes from Noble Drew Ali, essentially. You understand what I'm saying? So all praise to the Prophet, Islam to the Moors, peace and love.